Oh, hello and welcome to the Weekly Note. I'm James A. Brown. Thanks for joining me. You can check out my work at jamesabrown.net. That's jamesabrown.net. People often ask me why I talk about the population so much. And there's a few reasons for this. Number one, it's my show and I can talk about what I want to. If you don't want to hear it, you can get your own show. Everybody's doing it these days. Number two, that is. I don't know why everyone else isn't. Because of number three, my goal here is to talk about those things that get lost in the news cycle. And I can't think of anything more important that has than this. I believe that how we handle what's happening with our population will shape our life. Well, the second half of my life, and the lives of our families and our children and our children's children's. And today, I'll share a few ways that I believe it will. Now, these are predictions. Now, every time you hear a prediction from anyone, I don't care whether it's me or, you know, your psychic, it's just a hunch. But in this case, it's an educated guess. I'm no psychic, I'm no medium. I'm just a man trying to slow down the news and look around the corner and tell you what I see. But here's the thing about these particular predictions, they're not really about the future, they're about what's already happened. America is running out of young people. There's no two ways about it. It's the truth. I know that sounds dramatic, but hear me out here. The babies who will turn 18 in 2030, they needed to be born in 2012, and they weren't. The receipts are already in. They're called birth certificates. You can look them up. The Census Bureau has them. This is not a mystery. It's something that we don't need to guess about. We can just count them. And last year, 2025, that was the peak. Nearly 3.9 million students graduated from American high schools. That was the highest number ever recorded. And it was the last peak that we're going to see of that nature for a very, very, very long time, maybe ever. We're on the other side of it now, and no one seems to care. In fact, I don't think most people have even realized it, at least not yet. By 2041, that number will drop to 3.4 million. That's 13% fewer. Now, a 13% drop like that, I understand, some people may say that's not really a lot. But think about what that means. That's a 500,000 fewer caps thrown in the air every spring. A 500,000 fewer kids moving into dorms in the fall. A 500,000 fewer kids going into elementary school. A 500,000 fewer people filling entry level jobs, enlisting in the military, starting apprenticeships, buying their first cars, renting their first apartments. That's a 500,000 fewer kids that parents are spending money on. Think about it. Every institution in America that serves young people, every college, every employer, every branch of the military, every landlord, toy companies, and entertainment venues, they're all competing for a piece of the pie that's getting smaller. And most of them, they either don't know it or at least aren't admitting it aloud. They're still planning for growth. They're building for a world that's not coming. And here's the thing that keeps me up at night: you can't create 18-year-olds out of nothing. You can't manufacture them. You can't import them fast enough to fill that gap, no matter what you think about immigration. You can't will them into existence with marketing campaigns or strategic plans or wishful thinking, even though I do think all of that is coming. It's around the corner. The people who will be 18 in 2040 are either toddlers right now or they don't exist. There's no third option. So, what happens to America? Well, a lot. Some of it we've seen overseas. I've got 5 predictions and I'll rattle them off now and we'll go into it a little bit deeper next. 1, going to college is going to become an elite activity. This has already happened somewhat. I don't think they'll disappear. I think that it will be elite. The schools that are closing right now aren't Harvard and Yale and Brown and Temple, even Stanford. They're the colleges that serve the margins, the small privates, the regional publics, the places that gave first generation students like me a chance. Wells College in New York, Goddard College in Vermont, the College of St. Rose in Albany. Names that meant something to the people who went there and the towns that lived off of them, literally. Number 2, I think murder and crime rates are going to plummet. Now, this one is going to make some people angry, but the age crime curve is one of the most reliable findings that you'll in all study of crime. Peak offenders are between 15 and 24. Young men commit most of the violent crime. That's not a stereotype, that's demography. That's not racism, it's the truth. Fewer young men, especially fewer black and Hispanic young men, mean fewer crime, fewer violent crimes. It's the truth. We've already started to see this. 3, our government budget crisis is just beginning. You know, nationally, we can't agree on a budget. Soon, we're going to see this in states, in cities, towns. The Social Security Trust Fund depletes right around the corner. Medicare is going to run dry soon, too. 4, the music of your youth, in my youth, is going to remain dominant. Well, if you have fewer young people filling stadiums and celebrating young artists, you're going to end up with a lot more of the same. The staying power of acts that appeal to people in their 40s and up will extend. And number 5, I think our government is going to pay people to have kids. That may sound crazy, but I don't think it's crazy at all. We're already starting to see this around the world. I don't think it will work, but I don't think politicians will take this laying down.